We back, baby.
Hey, look, on this beautiful, beautiful day, this beautiful time of Thanksgiving, this beautiful time of love, this beautiful time of great food. You know what I mean?
Ooh.
And so look,
Dressing.
let me tell you, but I had some dressing. I cooked 3 pans.
They all gone?
Pans. Yeah, they all.
I was gonna come over today and get a piece.
But guess what? I got a huge bag left of stuff to make it with. I put it in the freezer because I didn't think I would be home in enough time before it went bad. So I can cook another pan.
All right, cool.
You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna get invited.
How y'all eat
but
3 pans of dressing, bro?
He didn't hear that.
Hey, I didn't hear it, but I got. You know what? Remember last year he said he wasn't gonna help, wasn't gonna give me nothing. I got some dressing. He made me some dressing last year. I ate some. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, I made some dressing. Told me to come by. And
I came by and got it.
Yeah, I'm feeling good. But look, even though our bellies are full on all this great food, right, man? My sports appetite, man, for great sports knowledge, great sports entertainment, great sports tales, is still going, man. I mean, like I have a long way from being full. I don't think I can never be full on great sports stories. How about yourself, man?
No, man, no. But you know what today is?
Man, what's today?
It's game day.
It's game day.
Who you got?
Man, look, for a whole lot of people, and it's not just a rivalry in our state. It's rivalries all across, right?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? But for the one that means the most to us in this state, we had to bring somebody that's clearly,
we got somebody today.
We
the
brought
day after Thanksgiving.
Listen to me, man. Wow. Still decided to come through. We brought somebody who's clearly has drawn the line in the sand, and we know what side he's on.
Yeah.
And so we had to bring him in, have him talk about that rivalry, but also all the things that he has going on and all the things that he has done. You know what I mean? So all the people out there, man, all the great people who love Georgia football, you love football, period. You love college football, high school football, pro football. If you love it, you will love today's guest. And so without any further ado, we're going to give it up, man, for UGA great Terrence Edwards. Let's go, my guy. Let's go.
Terrence in the building. What's up,
man?
Man, I'm doing great. Thanks for the invite. I've been watching the show. I'm admiring it from afar. I'm great that I'm honored to be here.
Man, we're glad you're here, man.
Hey, man, I'm going to be honest, man. You look like you go out and play. Outside of a little salt right there, you look like you go out there and play, man.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. You know what? I'm not playing in football. Right? I'm not doing that. But what people don't know about you, I'm going to give y'all a little fact right here.
Okay.
I was an all-state basketball player.
What?
So I played basketball and football at the University of Georgia.
Okay.
So I'm a two sports star. So I still get up and down the basketball court right now. Okay. But I can still go out there and catch it and show them a little bit right now.
Okay. So what's your game on the basketball court?
Point guard. So people don't know. People
playmaker
don't
or
playmaker. I can do it
3 and
all.
D.
I can do it all.
Oh.
Whatever you need for me to do that day, I can shoot. I could pass. I could do whatever. I'm just an all-around playmaker on the basketball court. See, I played quarterback in high school that people don't know. So I was always in a leadership position in high school. And then I transitioned to playing receiver at Georgia. But I'm a basketball player at heart. Man,
I was just watching a clip. I don't know from which ESPN show it came from, but it was Nick Saban actually talking about, I know we talking Georgia Tech, and I bring up Nick Saban. For some people, that's blasphemy whenever Georgia gets mentioned. Bring up Nick Saban.
He's a GOAT, so we'll allow that.
Hey, but I saw him talking about Drake May, and he was talking about the transition that Drake May has made to the pros and how he liked him because he was a 2-star athlete coming out of high school. And so it's something to be said about athletes such as yourself who are 2-star athletes. You know what I'm saying? They play basketball, they play football. It could be football, another sport, basketball, another sport. It's something to be said about athletes such as yourself who can do more than just one thing out there on the field.
So what these kids and these families are going to right now is they want to be specialized in something. They want to just year-round, I'm a baseball, I'm a football, I'm a basketball. And just like the great Nick Saban said, there are colleges looking for guys that are two-sport athletes, not just going to just specialize in something, because that's when the burnout happens, and burnout is real. So I encourage all the young people out there, let's not specialize in one thing. Go out there just like we did growing up. We're going to play every sport no matter what the season was. We was playing that sport. So we was already hooked on playing basketball as a young kid, then going to play football, then going to play kickball, then going to play like we play everything possible. That's why our minds, I think, today just a little bit more of understanding of these sports than the kids today because they don't play these sports anymore.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Hey, so before we dig into everything with your career, What you got going on right now, man?
Right now, man, I'm the head coach at a small private school in Sandy Spring called Mount Vernon. I'm coming off my second year as the head football coach there. We went 6-6 this year and finished in the second round of the playoff. And for us, that was one of the goals, is winning the playoff game, and we did. So I'm just extremely proud of my players this year, graduating 11 seniors, and I'm so thankful for those seniors. I got a good 27 class coming back. One of my receivers this year ended up with over 1,400 yards, 70 catches, 19 touchdowns. And he just garnered 4 major offers, Georgia State, Boise, Georgia Southern, and Kansas State. Just
That's
offers.
awesome.
And I want people to know out there, it don't matter what classification you play in. If you can play, they gonna come get you. So we all don't have to just migrate to the big schools. If you want to play ball and you love ball, find a school that's gonna fit you. Find coaches that gonna develop you.
Man, I love that.
I love that too. Mount Vernon, man, my daughter used to play for Woodward. I think we used to go up against y'all a couple times, man. So being at Mount Vernon, we would love to come support some of the games. You know, Quincy was coaching at Southwest DeKalb. He invited us out. We went to some of the games. So make sure we get a chance to come, support your coach. And if you have any kids that you want on the show, we do feature high school athletes on the show.
I have a really good junior class that I think is really going to help propel our program to the next level. So most definitely I have some kids I would love to get on the show to get their name out there and showcase their talents.
All right, Trey, let's get this thing started, man. Let's go.
Well, look, I want to stay here on high school for a quick second because we all know that something big happened here in the state of Georgia. For those who may be more national and might not know what happened here in the state of Georgia, there was a playoff game between Gainesville and Brunswick, am I correct? And a fight happened. It seemed to be started by a Brunswick player, and Gainesville, of course, defended themselves. And because of that, the GHSA suspended 30-something players from Gainesville. Now, things have started to go to litigation. Things have been on hold. Like Gainesville filed something, GHSA came back and filed something else. So how do you feel about that entire situation and what Gainesville has been put in to where you may have 30-something kids who may never be able to play their last game? Well, I don't know how many of those are seniors, but might not be able to play their last game as a senior and may just be kicked out of the playoffs, just period, because of a brawl started by another team. What do you think about that?
Right, as a high school coach, I'm going to protect my team like Coach Nibbler is doing. He's protecting his team. For the Georgia High School Association, there's a rule in the rule book that says that anyone that comes off the sideline to the area of play, they could or should be subjected to suspension. So the rule is there, and I understand that, and we've all seen the video that the one receiver took off the 2 Gainesville guys' helmets. I don't know if it was an open hand slap or a punch, but he made contact. And then the most egregious player was number 77, running almost 30 yards and inserting himself into the fight. I personally believe if 77 didn't do that, it wouldn't have been a brawl.
Wouldn't have escalated.
And I understand. So as a head coach, we go through all this at the beginning of the season for medical emergencies, what coaches and what their roles are in these elements. And we have had like a mock what happens if we have a brawl. So every coach has an area that they have to protect. But, man, how can you stop 50 kids when they see their brother get hit like that? How can you stop them going on the field? So I understand both sides, but there are rules in place for this. And, man, it's ugly right now for us, the 2 schools. But what is not being talked about is Langston Hughes.
Yeah,
like they're on the other end of this and haven't done anything. And game is supposed to be played tonight. When are they going to play this game? Just say they play it Monday. Now, whoever wins this game, what prep time do you have for your next opponent? So it's a lot of things now that are just spiraling down that's just not being talked about. Because if Langston wins this game, for whatever reason, when do you prep? You have Tuesday to prep, Wednesday to prep, Thursday to walk through, you play a game. So that's 3 games that 3 days that they would have to get ready for their next opponent. So it's just a lot of things that's happening right now. It's unfortunate. I hate to see it happen because I love high school football. I tell people all the time, I was basically a 5-star recruit coming out of high school. all-time leading receiver in Georgia history. Played 11 years professional in NFL, Canadian Football League. But I take football Friday night on any level because the purity of the game, the prettiness of the game, and I feel for these kids, I feel for these communities. But it's gonna be crazy to see what ruling is because now it's litigation.
Yeah.
So we don't know when
Which way it's
those
gonna
rulings
go.
gonna happen. So it's unfortunate.
Yeah, man. Well, I just had to just bring it up because it has been a big thing here in the state. And I know you as a coach here in the state, I'm sure that's something you probably already had discussions with some of your staff and just roundabout discussions about what's going on. So I appreciate you sharing your take and your opinion on that. So look, let's get to these Georgia Bulldogs, man. Everyone knows, what you did at the University of Georgia. I want to talk about this team right now. I mean, what's your opinion of where the Dogs are sitting right now as far as their growth and where they are as a team?
So as a coach, the one thing that you really want to see is the growth and the development, and are you getting better each week? And I've always said it's better to peak at the end of the season. And right now I think they're peaking to where we thought they would be at the beginning of the season. Yes, it wasn't pretty at the beginning of the season. A lot of growing pains. We broke in a new quarterback, Gunnar Stockton. So there was an adjustment period. I mean, we had 11 players, I think, drafted off the team last year. That's a lot of talent walking out the door. So new people got to step into new roles. Yes, you recruit the most talented players, but they still have to go out there and produce. So right now they're hitting on all cylinders. And this is the right time to hit it at the end of the season. Georgia Tech is playing unbelievably. So it's going to be a good game today. And now we have waiting on, not going to look past this game, what's going to happen in the SEC championship game and then the playoff. So they're hitting their stride at the right time.
And that's funny. My partner said that last week. Georgia's hitting their stride at the right time. Man, I'm so excited about today's game. I'm really sad about Georgia Tech. I wanted it to be kind of like both of them in the top 10. That would have been something special for the state. Kings.
Right.
Haynes King.
Mm-hmm.
I think Georgia Tech is going to come in and just forget those 2 losses and just give the Dogs hell. How are we going to stop him?
It's a rivalry game, so we could throw all the records out.
Yes.
We could throw all that out. I would love for them to be undefeated. I would love for Georgia and Georgia Tech to be undefeated just for the state.
Yes.
But we could throw all of that out. Buster Faulkner, their offensive coordinator, was also the Georgia assistant a few years ago, and he's done an unbelievable job putting Haynes King in a position to showcase his talent. And when you have a quarterback that runs the ball the way that he runs, now it evens the playing field because now it's 11-on-11 football instead of 10-on-11. If people understand that, quarterback, you take him out because he's handing it off, and now you have 11 defenders trying to defeat 10 players. But when you bring the quarterback run game to it, now it's 11-on-11 football, and you don't really account for the quarterback run. So they do a great job of using Haynes and the counter trades and the power game. So one thing I do know about Kirby, he's been probably having a segment every day just to stop this day because they're so they do such a great job of the quarterback run. That's what you got to stop. Yeah. Now you got to worry about the jet sweeps, now the play action off there. So they do a good job, and Georgia Tech has playing some really good football. But we don't care about them very much. So we're going to go in there and do all things and hopefully come out with a win.
Yeah, I think Kirby's going to have these boys ready. I think last year's game in Georgia, I think everybody, including, I don't know if the team, but I know the fans did. I thought it was going to be a cakewalk last year in Georgia between the hedges at night, and it wasn't. 8 overtimes, I feel like Kirby's going to have the team up. And I think Brent Keys is going to have the team up as well. So I like what Brett's doing. I didn't really know a lot about him. I remember one episode a couple months back before the season started. I was like, when Georgia Tech gets a good coach, my partner Trey was like, they do have a good coach. Brett Keys is a great coach. So it seems like they have the coach in place like we have our Kirby Smart. Right. Feels like Brett Keys is in place for years to come, and I think he's gonna, get good recruits, and Georgia Tech's gonna be where it needs to be. And like I say, I'm a Bulldog fan right now because I've been going by for years since I was in middle school. Whoever has the best record, that's what I'm pulling for.
Right.
Georgia's always had the best record, so I'm kind of over the years, I'm kind of more leaning towards Georgia. But I want to see a good game. I want Georgia to win because we have the better record, and I want to see us win a chip.
So I'm gonna take my Georgia bias off just for 5 seconds.
Okay.
Brett Kidd's done a great job at Georgia Tech, and I think when you coach at your alma mater, it's just a little different. It hits a little different.
Yes.
So I played against Brent Key when he was at Georgia Tech. So it's just a little different, like Kirby. It's just a little different coaching at the school that you played at, and he's done a great job. And this state is rich with athletes. Georgia can't get all of them. So Georgia Tech is doing a great job right now of recruiting the state as well. Now I'm going to put my Georgia cap back on. And, with that said, they're still not Georgia at the end of the day.
I agree. So go ahead.
Well, no, I was going to say, I think it's going to be a tough fought game, but I will say, I think Georgia I just think they're peaking at the right time. I really do. I know Georgia Tech's going to come in. They're going to fight. I can't count them out. I really like this Georgia Tech team, and they're more than just Haynes King. I know we talk a lot about Haynes King. I certainly have had a few takes and things like that about how well I think Haynes King plays. I just think this Georgia team is rounding into form at the right time. I used to make fun of them at the beginning of the year and say, Kirby needs to spend time making sure the game plan gets to the game on time. Because it normally seems to then get there into the third quarter.
Or somebody suspended.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, wow.
or that. You know what I mean?
Somebody
I used to always be like, they let teams run up and down the field first, second quarter, then they just shut it down third and fourth. But now it seems like the defense is growing up. The offense it has its identity now. They've gone back to being able to run the ball. But if they need to, Gunnar Stockton, who actually made me a believer, because I can't say that I was sold on Gunnar because I didn't know much about him. But Gunnar has shown that if you need to come back, if you need to get big chunk plays, that he can lead the offense to go and get that too. I just think right now Georgia's just rounding into form at the right time, better than I've seen them do, better than they did last year or the year before as far as the progression, and you see them growing. And I just think this is another game that they're going to take to go out and say, hey, let's prove where we are. Now, it's a rivalry.
It is.
It's a rivalry. And so this Georgia Tech team is coming off a loss, and they're going to come in there ready to mean business. But I just think Georgia's rounding in the form at the right time.
I just think Kirby has done – this is probably one of his best coaching years since he's been at Georgia. He don't have the elite talent that we've had in previous years. We got really good talent, but not elite. I mean, if you just think about our D-line right now, like we don't have Christian Miller is really, really good, but we don't have a Jalen Walker, or we don't have a Jalen Carter. C.J. Allen at linebacker is really, really good. So he's done a great job of, as he would say, keep chopping wood, keep chopping. Each week, chop wood. And as a coach, I would like to see my team going up instead of up, then plateauing off.
Yeah.
Like, so they're going in the right direction. Like you say, the defense is playing well. They're playing fast. Offense is definitely running the football. I mean, I saw a stat yesterday. I think we were like 18th in the country in rushing. So you're able to run the football. The old saying in football is, running the football carries. It doesn't matter the weather. It doesn't matter. Running the football is a mentality. And I know that Kirby wanted to get back to that mentality of being able to run the football. And Garner's just played, I think, just out of his mind. Yes, there was some growing pains early, but going on the road at night and coming back and beating a team like Tennessee means
That was
something.
crazy.
Yeah, it did.
That means something. I've played at Neyland Stadium. That is not an easy place to play at with 100,000
fourth down
people.
play?
So that takes guts. So he is made of the right stuff. And I say this about football teams. When football teams really like your quarterback, they're going to play for you. And this team really, really, I mean, if you have listened to some of their podcasts, they really, really, really like Gunnar Stockton, and they're going to do everything in their power to play for him. Championship teams, those teams really, really, really like Stetson Bennett. Yeah. So when the quarterback can make that team believe, then you could go, the sky's the limit.
So what you saying? They didn't like Carson Beck? What the heck?
They liked him.
I'm just talking, man.
No,
we won't have to open them can of worms,
they
man.
liked him.
Hey, Trey, anything you want to keep on the present? I want to take it back.
No, man. Let's take a back. Let's take a trip in the way back machine. Go ahead, take us back, B. Rich.
Hey, so look, man. You got a chance to play with 3 UGA legend quarterbacks, man. Quincy Carter, David Green, and G.J. Shockley, man. Go by each one of them and tell us stories on each one of them, man. Starting with Quincy.
Whew. I don't know if Quincy told y'all this, though. So we was playing South Carolina. It's probably 2001, maybe. Quincy didn't have the best game. I think he threw like 5 interceptions. So me and Quincy hanging out. I'm driving, and Quincy's on the passenger side. And we're going to a party on campus. Come out the party. There was a note on my car on the passenger side. So somebody had to watch me and Quincy get out of his car. And the note was like, thanks for those interceptions. But that was one of the nights that I just saw Quincy was just like, wasn't it like he was mad that night. And I was, rightfully so. He should have been mad at me.
Yeah.
We out here, he didn't intend to throw those interceptions, but he did. That's just part of the game. So Quincy and I was really tight. As the receiver, you always want to be tight with the quarterback. But Quincy and I was really tight. He really showed me how to be a college football player. With him being a little older, taking a few years off, and not that much older than me. And I got another funny story about Quincy. So Quincy Southwestern Cab, quarterback number 3. And I've watched him as a kid. And I say a kid, so he graduated 96. I graduated 98, so I'm 2 years. And I watched him play on TV, play Parkview on TV. And when he won, he threw his helmet up in the air in a celebratory way. My junior year in 96, I won the state championship against Americans, war number 3. And I did this because of Quincy. When we was about to win, took my helmet off, threw it in the air because Quincy did it. And I saw Quincy do it. So I've always admired Quincy from afar. And David Green was just this calmness. He was just so calm. He was never riled. I've never seen David get upset at all. Never seen him. He's always this even keel. Everything's gonna be all right. So we knew when he got in the huddle, if we was down or up, it was always gonna be this even keel quarterback. Then DJ was just my guy, man.
Yeah.
That is my guy, man. Now on the flip side of how I watch Quincy, DJ. If y'all ever see DJ, tell him to tell you this story. In 1997, we played Carrollton in the state championship game. Reggie Brown was on this team.
Okay.
We beat him. DJ Shockley's dad was the coach at North Clayton.
Yeah.
He brought DJ to this game and said, if you want to be the best quarterback in the state, you better be better than him.
Ooh.
So I watched Quincy. DJ watched me.
Wow.
Now, that's awesome.
So
And then get a chance to play with him.
Yeah.
I
got a chance to play.
Got to play with, and caught passes and touchdowns from both of them.
Wow.
So how it just came full circle.
It just hit me like you were probably only one of the few receivers in Georgia's history. There hadn't been that many black quarterbacks to start for Georgia. You got a chance to catch balls from 2 of the best black quarterbacks to ever play at UGA, man. That's kind of dope right there, thinking about that.
That's a good segue. Because I was going to come up here and me and you were going to have a conversation.
Okay, let's go.
So my conversation
Let's go.
This narrative, Georgia don't recruit or sign black quarterbacks. So I've been listening to y'all show now.
Okay.
And you was part of the, they don't. What I would say to you about that is we recruit black quarterbacks. The 2 that we didn't get, and that's where All Stars came from as well. The 2 we didn't get.
Y'all didn't get Cam.
Cam and Deshaun.
Yeah.
Those are the 2.
Yeah, those those the biggest
Those
names.
are the big, and we didn't
that
get
went
the
on
biggest
to do-
name, right?
But they wanted to make Cam a tight end, right?
That's what I heard. I don't know for
okay.
sure. I've never asked Cam that. That's what they say. That's what they say. And I would say is, instead of saying we don't recruit black quarterbacks, we missed out on the black quarterback. Because I went down before I came. I went in my phone and I got a list of black quarterbacks that we signed from 93 to 2025.
Whoa. They didn't do nothing.
Okay.
And so that's the thing. Now we can say the evaluation of the black quarterback hasn't been good.
Okay.
We haven't.
Okay.
But that we don't, that's the narrative of that is
Why we
don't.
not getting the top recruits, black QB recruits, the 5 stars, the Juju? How did Juju go to?
I've known Juju since he was here.
Yeah, how did he go to Colorado?
He was committed to SC.
Okay.
Southern Cal with quarterback Whisper there.
Yeah, the one who came from Oklahoma there.
Yeah,
What's his name? I can't think of his name.
We know the head coach.
Riley,
Riley, coach. So
Lincoln Riley.
And we're going to talk about the recruiting game. The recruiting game is just a little different right now than when we came out. Right now, let's just be real. It is not about relationships and the schools anymore. It's about
bread.
It's about NIL and what you can do for me.
It's like
right
Wild
now.
Wild West, but instead of meeting at high noon with guns, they meet at high noon with bags.
Yes. So
You know what I'm
it's a
saying?
little different. Now, when we talk about Cam and Deshaun, Cam and Deshaun, those are two guys that we missed on. I'm a 100% agreeing on that.
Big misses.
Big misses. And that's where that narrative came from. Because I could go through some names that y'all probably never heard of that were black quarterbacks that was at Georgia with me and before me.
So let me say this. Of course, we don't know every last quarterback that's recruited. I think the thing that I was saying and that I will say and that my partner was saying, he can speak for himself, is even when those players get recruited, the black quarterback doesn't seem, in our opinion, to seem to get as many opportunities
DJ Shockley for one.
to be able to compete, you know what I'm saying, in front of the eyes of the fans. Now, none of us is fans. None of us on the practice fields or in the meetings, so I can't speak to that. I can only speak for what's in front of the eyes of the fan, and it doesn't seem like they get as many opportunities as some of the other quarterbacks. And particularly, not just the black quarterbacks, we don't seem to get enough of the top quarterbacks that come from in the state of Georgia. Now, I could be wrong about that.
That is true.
Of course, you're much deeper in the roots of that than I ever will be, being a coach, being someone who played at Georgia, and just being everything that you are to Georgia sports. But just to me, it doesn't seem like we get all the top quarterbacks. Now, you're not going to get them all, but I think we could do a better job getting the top quarterbacks from Georgia, whether they black, whether they white, and also, when the black ones do get opportunities, I would love to see them just get even more of an opportunity in the eyes of the fans to where we see them having a chance to compete for a job. This not the crap on Gunner Stockton. This not the crap on Pug, who may be sitting behind Gunner. It's not the crap on any of those guys. It's just to say I don't think we've seen it as much as we could have with all the talent and the black talent that's going around in the state of Georgia.
I could agree with that, but I throw this on you. When they do go outside the state to get a quarterback, it's normally the number one quarterback in the country. So John Curtis, the number one quarterback in the country, that's from Nashville right now. He's committed to Georgia.
The one that Vanderbilt swear they're going to turn.
And, with this day and age, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm a big follower of recruiting. I could talk about everybody. But with this day and age, I'd be like, why would you go to Vandy? But he's from Nashville, and they got money.
And they got he's 28, right?
Yeah, no.
2028?
So 2028 is the black kid from IMG.
And I was about to say that.
Yeah.
If everybody was going to jump in the comments,
There we
let
go.
me let you
I'm gonna bring him up too.
I do know we have a 10th grader sign. Yes, he is the same skin color as me. And I do know that he's the real deal. He's looked to come in at 28. I do know all about that.
Great timing.
So don't jump in because I was
Great
just about to
timing.
say that.
And
Don't jump in the comments and tell me this, that. I know all about it. I've heard all about
the
it.
Texas game, we had the top three quarterbacks from the 26, who was John Curtis. There was a 27, I can't remember his name. He's another black guy, and the 28 was all three at Georgia for the Texas game.
What a great game to be at.
At a great, so it was the
great
one
game.
white.
That's why they won.
So it was two blacks out of one white. So we are, but to your point, we're not getting the top black quarterbacks from the state, and we did miss on just the two big dogs.
Yeah, I mean,
we missed on the two big dogs.
Man, when you miss on a Cam Newton,
and
Deshaun,
and
look,
And Cam wanted to come to Georgia, right?
man, now I can't speak for what he wanted to do if he didn't, but I would have loved to see a bigger play for him. Now, mind you, at the time, Florida was Florida.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like Urban Meyer, he had it rolling, dog. Florida was Florida, so he still could have left the state. He still could have crossed state lines and said, "I'm going to Gainesville. I'm gonna play for Florida." Like that could have 100% happened. But when you have a generational talent, who right here in the city of Atlanta, right over there at Westlake, you don't get quarterbacks like that in high school, in college, much less even the pros. And you don't pull him in. You try to make him something else. Allegedly, we have to throw allegedly because I wasn't in that meeting. Allegedly.
So even with Deshaun, who's 45 minutes away from Athens, we did offer Deshaun. It was just Clemson just came in and
They came in way
early.
I want to hear that story.
I think we was later, and I don't know why we was later because if you watched Deshaun play at an early age, you knew he was special.
Yeah.
You knew he was special. So those are the two myths. I was waiting. I got my
Nice.
research done.
Hey.
Got my name. Like I gotta say this.
I'm not
Hey, Terrence and Trey. just real quick, I don't want to stay on this, but I saw a picture of Cam Newton and Michael Vick. Mm-hmm. My God, Cam Newton is he's a giant. Did you see that picture?
Remember we met Cam.
I know, man, but
and he was a big human being when we met him.
He was, but dude, standing next to Vic, he like Green Giant, man. Vic was so short. I was like,
yeah, you thought it was Photoshop.
Yes.
You thought it was AI.
Did you see that picture?
You know what I'm saying?
I saw
I
it.
did see the picture.
Bro.
I saw he is like I've been around Cam a few times. He's just a giant of a man. Gosh, he is
big,
huge.
big
I think about
He's huge.
I think about Deion Jones hitting him. Deion Jones was short. That was a hard hit he took. But
Yeah,
I know,
but Deion Jones shorter than me.
yeah, so like I have to give it to him, man. No wonder he was like just having his way with them NFL linebackers. He was one his damn self.
You're right. He's a special human being first and foremost. I know him a little bit. What he does with his 7-on-7, and how he helps the youth, and just not here in the state of Georgia with his foundation. But if you look up, you walk up, and he just like you just keep looking up, and like they're just never gonna stop.
Towering.
Hey Trey, guess what, man?
What's up?
We sit next to the UGA Bulldogs, all-time receiving yardage leader. All time, all the receivers that came through. He still holds the record, man.
Touchdowns,
Hey,
touchdowns.
He say touchdowns.
catches.
Oh, catches.
Oh wow,
Man.
bro.
And we've like including yourself, you and all the other special receivers. We've had a lot of special receivers at the University of Georgia.
So I tell people this. I love this position. I say I'm the third best receiver in Georgia.
Okay, break it down. Give us the list.
best.
Starting at 1, tell us why. Go to 2 and then 3, or you can start at you and then go down to
So
1.
I started everybody. So I'm 3. I put myself at 3.
Okay.
I got all the numbers,
Okay.
but I'm realistic. Number 1, and AJ Green is the best.
Okay.
He's the most.
Why
talented.
he didn't break the record?
He played only 3 years. I played 4. So then he got suspended for selling his jersey. And you think about how times have changed.
Yes, which is crazy.
How times has changed. He would have eclipsed the 1,000-yard mark. I just think his body control, his hand-eye coordination, his speed, he brings everything to the table that you need for a wide receiver.
Yeah.
Man, he is special. Number 2, we saw him last night. GP, George Pickens.
Ooh, we put George Pickens at 2.
Hey,
Okay.
what was the Steelers thinking about? I'm sorry to cut you off, man.
George is special. George is special. He has the best hand-eye coordination, being able to track the ball, contort his body, and still catch the football. We have all seen these special catches he makes, and they are routine for him. I just think he's the second best. And then just with my numbers and what I've done, what I did, put me at number 3. So those are my top 3 receivers.
Make it a Mount Rushmore, man. Give us one more.
I was finna say give us 2 more and do a top 5.
Okay, all
Top
right,
5.
All right.
I got to put Hines in there. I
got to put Hines.
I got to put Hines.
Hines is 5.
I got to put Hines in there. Hines was
He's a quarterback and a receiver.
So
same as you.
coming to Georgia because my brother, if y'all know my brother's Robert Epps, who played at Georgia as well. Him and Hines are best friends. So I've known Hines for basically all my life. And Coach Dunning, who was the head coach at the time at Georgia, kind of created a position for Hines, Mr. Do-It-All, called the T position. I mean, he could play tailback, could play quarterback. So he recruited me for the same position. So I knew going into Georgia where I was going to be, how they was going to use my skill set.
Yeah, knew you could kind of emulate.
So I could play quarterback.
Yeah.
I could go to run. Like I could do a lot of things on the football field. But Hines was special, and I don't call him a receiver. I call him a football player.
Yeah,
he's
definitely.
He's a football player.
He really is.
And so I got him at 4. And my 5th one, man, I could go. Ladd is up there. Ladd McConkey is up there.
He coached Ladd.
So, so I'm gonna go with a name. It's gonna be a little bit before me, and his name get lost a little bit. Is Andre Hastings.
Oh, Hastings and Hurst. That group recruited 90.
Andre Hastings get
Hastings
lost
was
a little
fire.
bit, and he played.
Who he
8
played
to
for
10
in
years
college? I mean, in pros.
I can remember him playing for the Seahawks. I think he played for New Orleans as well, but he played about 8 to 10 years in the NFL, and that's old school. The receiver that get lost in all this is the receiver who records I broke was Bryce Hunter.
Okay.
I remember Bryce Hunter.
So Bryce was another one that's really good, but those would be my top 5. AJ 1, George 2, I'm 3, Hines 4, Andre Hastings 5.
Hey, man, I like that, man.
Right.
Give it up. Look it up. Now, look, I'm going to give everybody in the comments an opportunity to talk trash and bash me right quick. When coming out of college, it was one receiver I did not want the Falcons to get, and that was George Pickens.
Why?
I did not. You don't remember all the argument? I just, man, when some of the immature thing, and I know he was young, and mind you, like, listen, I know he was young, but if I went back to when I was 20, I'd say all the time, I wish I could slap my teenage self. I would. You know what I'm saying? Because I made a lot of dumb decisions, and I just, some of the things he was doing at the time, I just was like, man, the Falcons, we don't need that. But man, when I look at the receiver George Pickens is now, I mean, the talent has I never argued against the talent. The talent was there. You saw it in the first national championship, the long ball he caught, the 40, 50 yard he caught, just amazing catch in the national championship game.
As well.
Yes, coming off an injury, gets down, beats the DBD, catches the ball from Stetson Bennett, led to our first scoring drive. You know what I mean? Just amazing player. So I got to give it to him. Pickens, hey, man, I want to give you an apology. You know what I'm saying? Because I did not.
Oh, wow.
Because I did not
You don't apologize for
I did
nothing.
not see what I'm seeing now. I was looking for the Pickens who was grabbing was the Florida player or the Tech player?
The Tech player threw him to the wall.
Slammed him into the wall.
So,
was spraying people with water bottles.
Yeah.
Was constantly getting penalties for this, and that. My guy, you were doing your thing. And so, hey, all y'all in the comments, talk your trash. I just have to be honest. You know what I mean?
Man, I was talking, and I don't know what the hell Doug's thinking about. I've been talking all year, man. Like, why didn't the Falcons get what was he traded for? Like a 4th round pick? Like from the Steelers traded him to the guys. Like, why the Falcons could really use him? He's like, nah, him and London don't need to be on the same team. Yes, they do.
They are two totally different receivers.
That's
in my
what
mind.
I just said.
In my
That's
mind.
what I'm thinking. He said that London and him are the same receiver. No, that's
I don't
not.
think so.
London's a great receiver, top 5 in my opinion right now. But Pickens and London,
Yeah,
would be a deadly.
I think Pickens he's definitely more of a deep threat than Drake London is in my opinion. But look, you brought up your brother.
Yeah.
So as I'm doing my research on you, you know what I'm saying? Of course, I know your brother's name, but I didn't realize that y'all are the only 2 brothers to both eclipse the 1,000-yard mark at the University of Georgia. I mean, how special that is to have an older brother to look up to. You know what I mean? I don't know.
He's running back, right?
I don't know if y'all.
When I tell people this about him all the time.
Go ahead.
If there's a definition in the book of a big brother, my brother picture is going to be in there. He is my superhero. He is a person that I looked up to. He's a person I talk to every day. So he's been he is my role model. When people say your role model is in your house, my brother was in the next room next to me. He's my role model. So he's everything that I could wish for. He's helped and guided me throughout my whole career. I'm 46 years old right now, and I still call my big brother for anything that I need, any advice. And he does the same. That's why. So there's some cool things that him and I did at the University of Georgia. We both finished with 30 touchdowns in our career at Georgia.
That's awesome.
Both finished the same number. So he's if you know my brother, you know. And I'm pretty sure you're probably gonna ask about that. So his NFL career. He was a 18th pick in the first round. So so Brady wasn't there yet. And we can talk. Bledsoe was there. With Pete Carroll was the head coach.
Okay.
And he has a story to tell.
Well, we'd love to get him on the show, man.
He definitely should. He has a story to tell, man. If been the 18th pick in the draft, he still owns, I think, to start your NFL career off with the most 100-yard rushing games in the career, the most scoring games, I think. I think he scored in 6 consecutive games. I think he still owns that record.
Wow.
And had a great rookie year. If y'all don't remember, he came out with Peyton Manning, Randy Moss, Charles Woodson.
That's a hell of a
all of them was in the same draft. Fred Taylor was in that draft. It was
gold
a
jackets
class.
all around.
and they all went to the Pro Bowl to play in this rookie bowl in the sand.
Okay.
Played in flag football game, and if anybody want to go,
I remember that.
And he hurt his knee.
I remember that.
And if anybody want to go YouTube it, type that, and you see his knee. He hurt it so bad that if he didn't have the skin on his knee, and it went like this, his knee would have flew off.
Oh,
yeah. So
I remember that, bro. That's
yeah.
why his career in
Yeah.
the NFL got hurt real
Yeah.
bad because
So-
he did have a great
MCL, PCL, ligaments. If they didn't have a doctor on site, they probably had to amputate his leg.
Damn,
because of the main artery burst and the knee dislocated. So we're stopping the blood to get into his foot. It was bad. And I mean, he's a very inspirational person. And he is very inspirational to me because I don't know what I would have done if it happened to me. I'm not as tough as him. I would have quit. But he fought. He won NFL Comeback Player of the Year. New England released him, went down, played with Miami Dolphins for a year. And he said he was going to play again and didn't play after that because he just wasn't the same. We both went to the Canadian Football League, played on the same team, had a nice career there, but he just got a story to tell of, we could be on the top of the mountain one day and we just never know. And then his whole world shattered.
Man,
but for
I
him,
remember that.
yeah.
Man,
Hey,
please.
Robert, we would love to have you come on the show,
Yes,
man. Like,
yes.
put the camera on me. We would love to have you come on the show and hear your story, man. I forgot all about that.
Yeah, because and I won't be long winded with this, but anybody who watches this show, they hear me talk a lot about some of the great things that we have accomplished here. That I say personally is that I'm able to talk to athletes such as yourself, potentially talk to an athlete such as your brother, talk to the John Abrahams, the Champ Baileys, and hear the personal story when the helmet is off, when the jersey is off, and you are just who you are, the person that God put you here as, the person that your family raised,
Right.
and the person that you are to your loved ones. We don't think about how that affects people mentally, how it affects their lives, how they have to go about their regular lives and still be productive citizens
Right,
and human
right.
beings, and family members. We could be fathers, brothers, you know what I mean? There's all these different things we are outside of a field or our profession. And I get to hear those stories, how they persevered and how they broke through the hard times. So I would love to talk to your brother. I know B-Rich would love to have him. Please, Robert, like B-Rich just said, come on the show. I want to hear about it because
Good.
that blesses me. And I think it also blesses a lot of other people out there who are watching because there are other athletes who have experienced it, who unfortunately will experience it, and just other people who are going through hardships that can potentially help them get
right.
through.
Right. No, he's been through a lot, man. He has a lot of stories that he can tell about his legs, period. And as a football player, that's one of the most important parts of our bodies, to be able to run and run fast. I mean, it's crazy that you remember the story in Forrest Gump when he ran out of the corrective braces?
Yeah.
My brother had corrective braces
wow.
on and basically
That's
ran out of them
Wow.
just like Forrest
We gotta
Gump.
we gotta talk to old Forrest,
we
man.
gotta
Literally, he was told that he wouldn't be doing anything in PE because his leg. No, I'm going to PE
Yeah.
and run.
Yeah.
He's that man and his legs have got some stories.
That's crazy. Thank you for coming and sharing that. I want to do that. But listen, you played for one of the greatest UGA teams ever that never won a championship, man. I think this was the year of the playoff wasn't involved, and y'all played Florida State in the bowl game, man. And it was one of the first times I was happy to see us beat Florida State. I think was Bowden still coaching then? Yeah, we
Bowden's
beat
there.
Bobby Bowden, man. Mark Rick was coach, right?
Yep.
Tell us about that year, and I think y'all lost. Y'all lost to Florida,
Lost
right?
to Florida.
So, and who played in championship? Miami and who?
Miami and Ohio State.
All right, I want you to talk about that year, the loss to Florida, and why would you have beaten Miami or who did you say?
Ohio State.
Ohio State.
So that year was we had a lot of great
David Green was
players.
quarterback, right?
David Green
Yeah.
and DJ was our two quarterbacks.
Yeah.
They was kind of doing like 3-1. Boss Bailey was on that team, Champ's brother. Man, we had a lot of. we had 2 first-round picks at tackle, George Foster and John Stinchcomb.
Oh, I remember.
Shout out to George Foster, man, Big George.
Man, that's my guy. Man, Big Foster is he's one of the real ones. So we was senior led. All of us came in together. John Stinchcomb, George, myself, on our true leaders in the linebacker crew named Tony Gilbert. Like we had a lot of people that came in together and stood together. And man, we just had a really good team. My sidekick was Fred Gibson on the other side, receiver.
I remember him.
One of my best friends, the slot receiver, the best punt returner in Georgia history, in my opinion, named Damian Gary. So we was loaded, and we always going to talk about this. We went 13-1, ended up losing to Florida. A lot of things happened in that game, but the thing that people always talk about, that's 25 years later, is I had a crucial drop ball in that game that hurt us, and still to this day I still think about it. It's just like, what if? But we all know.
Tell us about that drop. Tell us about that play.
It was a play, man, that I've caught 1,000 times, and I'm a receiver trainer now, and the way we teach us to go to attack the ball. It was a cop route, meaning corner post. I lean to the corner and accelerate to the post. I didn't know what a defender was at the time, but I knew David lost the ball, give me an opportunity, and I hop on it, and it just went off my hands. Went off my hands.
How many yards was it?
That would have been, I probably call it, that would have put us in the red zone to kick a field goal or go in for a touchdown, however. But that play was a big play in that game, let alone a lot of other plays that stopped us from winning that game. But that play still to this day is people just, you the one who dropped that pass against Florida.
You didn't get no notes, did you?
Yes. Oh, at that time, there was no social media. It was people left voicemails at my house.
A note on the car like they did Quincy.
Yeah. So, I mean, just go to that. Like, as we talk about these athletes today, you just don't know the stress that is put on these young athletes when they don't perform to the ability that others think they should. Now you got social media. I'm like, I don't know how I would have feared in this social media area when people have kind of direct contact to you through social media. And that's why I tell people all the time, like, people mental, like you're sending them these messages. You don't know what the mental state you put them in. And I know we chose to play this game and we're up for being criticized, but there's some things that just go too far sometimes. And I didn't want to drop that ball. So you telling me you doing all this? I meant to catch because I've never beat Florida in my time there. So that was one game that sticks with me still 25 years later. But we finished 13-1 that year, beat Florida State in the Sugar Bowl. I just think at this time we was peaking at the right time. Yeah. And I think we would have beat Ohio State or Miami in the 2003 season. So we finished number 3 in the country that year. And people always talk about Mark Richt could win the big games. Mark Richt didn't have the playoff era. Mark Richt would have been in the playoffs at least 3 times if they had the 14 playoffs, because he's finished in the top 3 times, I think, in his tenure. Yeah. And that year was the year that we kind of kicked it off. That was the first time of us winning the SEC championship, Georgia. And that kind of...
Who did y'all play the SEC champion?
We beat Arkansas.
Okay.
Beat Arkansas in the SEC
y'all
championship
whipped it pretty
game.
good, huh?
Batman Carroll was on that team. My guy Batman was on that team.
Yeah.
And then we went and played Florida State in the Sugar Bowl and finished number 3 that year in the rankings.
I remember that Sugar Bowl game, Anquan Bolden playing quarterback, and he went like for a 2-point conversion or something. We stopped him. I was hell.
Anquan Bolden.
It was a beast.
Yeah.
Was a beast.
Speaking of social media, you think the dude that dropped the ball against Alabama, the freshman, you think he caught some tweets?
He did, and I know him personally. He's done some work with me as well. Through all this recruiting process, I got to know his mom, who was a super athlete herself. So I know what he received. I've been in that same predicament. And
so you can relate.
I can relate. I tried to call him and just to give him some words. Let him know that I've been there. Of course, just like me, I probably wouldn't answer either. I probably wouldn't want to talk to anyone. But that kid is going to be special.
Oh, wow.
He's going to be special. Watch and see. He's going to be special.
So, Trey, Terrence had a chance to he knows Coach Steph. He's been on here. And
we're speaking to Coach Steph. I told him we'll bring him back soon. But
okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so he does the same thing with training receivers and everything. So tell us about Lad was one of his guys, and tell us about that.
So I've been doing this since I retired in 2013. It's kind of one of those things where the biggest thing for athletes that play alone, to just athletes, period, like what you going to do when you stop playing. I didn't know either. So I'm like, I'm just going to use what I've learned through these 20 years of playing and give it back to the youth. That's why I did it. So I've been training receivers since 2014 till now and just trained. If you call their name, I probably have some part of their development. like Ladd. Ladd is a guy that I started working with from a senior in high school and probably his freshman year. Then Steph took over as well, did a great job with him. So I just, man, it's a bunch of them. And I get them young. I like to get them in middle school. And one of the guys that I got in middle school, if you heard of Jermaine Burton.
Yeah. Jermaine
Burton's another one of the guys that I started with in middle school, trained him all the way up. Now he's with the Cincinnati Bengals. So I just
Jermaine, you can't end up becoming a tight end.
Jermaine, no. So that's another. So if you heard
that's a different
Avery
Jermaine
Gilbert.
Burton.
So Jermaine Burton's a receiver that came to Georgia, transferred to Alabama.
Okay.
And now he's with the Cincinnati Bengals.
Okay.
Another one that's one of mine that I got a special place for is Eric Gilbert.
Okay.
I don't know if y'all do your background on him. He was a 5-star tight end coming out of Marietta High School.
Okay.
Went to sign out of high school with LSU. Ended up transferring to Georgia. Left Georgia, went to Nebraska, and now he's at Savannah State. And I bring his name up because we just talk about the mental state of our athletes. And he's had some issues that he's had to deal with. And I just think sometimes, man, we just got to give these athletes some grace sometimes.
Some grace.
Because he's going through a lot in his life. He's been back in the news recently. And instead of going on to the internet to talk bad about a young man and criticize young man, let's send prayers to the young men because you just don't know what someone is going through. And he's had a lot to deal with it in his life. And the mental issues is real. It is real. And I haven't seen him in a while. I haven't talked to him in a while, but he's always in my prayers and trying to uplift him and just trying to be a productive citizen. So I just say to people sometimes, man, just send prayers instead of sending negativity to these players' way. Just send some positivity to these players, and because you never know, like you say, outside of the uniform, when they go home, when the lights are off, what are they going through? We don't know.
Nah, you got a point. I don't know if I can send prayers to Zach Robinson. I'm trying, but I'm sorry. I just had to bash him.
Yeah. So,
but I do feel what you're saying, man. If you ever see him and he want to come on the show and talk about it, man, we'd love to talk to him, man. Seriously.
Definitely will. He's one that definitely. I just wish everyone just gets just send some love to, send a prayer hand to, because he needs it.
Yeah, man. Well, I will say this. Of course, we have our takes, and we have, I'm sure. I don't even have to say I'm sure. I know everything we've said hasn't been favorable toward the athlete, but you do give me something to think about. I've been more cautious about what I will say about the college athletes than I have the pro athletes. But I need to even just think about that even more when it comes to some of the pro athletes.
You know what I just tweeted about that though? We played this game. We signed up this game, coaches as well, to get cheered and criticized. And criticizing comes with the game. My only point to some people is give them their flowers when they're doing well, not just criticizing when they're doing bad. When they do something well, say, I know I've been tough on him, but he came to play.
You know
today.
what? I think we're pretty fair on that.
That's what I asked for, just people in the public. Like, don't just be ready to send a social media tweet when that person does bad. Like, let's give him, if he make a good play to play the good game. Also, man, I've been tough on him, but he played a good game today. But criticizing is fair. It is fair.
No, you're right, and it's a saying, especially in today's age, your apology needs to be as loud as your disrespect was.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I agree. So I get what you're saying. Hey, look, if we're gonna call them out all loud and brash and everything when they're not doing well, call them out in a positive way. So, Coach Morris, hey man, when you get these Falcons together, we're gonna shout you out, my guy.
Hold on.
We're gonna shout you out.
Hold on. But you ain't shouted out 10-point Mike. He just had 19 the other day. He talking about Zachary Richards. He called him 10-point Mike. I say he's gonna be good, man.
He said he's gonna be good as Michael Jordan.
I didn't never.
And he averaged 10 points.
I never said that.
So I called him 10-point Mike.
He had a good game last game.
Thank you. Yeah, he did. He had 19 points.
Game.
So look, and then we got to wrap. I'm gonna tell you where it comes from, Terrence. It's really not even an indictment.
You about to lie,
it's not
bro.
even no. It's not even really an indictment on you, Richard. Say, even though I don't see number one pick, I'm gonna just be honest. I don't see number one pick. This man right here was so. I didn't like Cam Reddish coming out of college.
I
as a
still like
player.
Cam Reddish.
I didn't. Okay, let me go ahead and tell my side. I didn't like Cam Reddish coming out, and I didn't like the Atlanta Hawks drafting Cam Reddish. I just didn't. I didn't see it. I didn't like the way he. It's one thing to let someone or defer a little bit and say, okay, Zion is the man that the coach has the plays going through. I need to play my role. He fell way to the back when it came to R.J. Barrett and Zion, and I didn't like that for him being a prime athlete. So I didn't want the Hawks to get him. When they drafted him, the number one defender in the world used to, I'm talking about, text me about Cam Reddish, call me about Cam Reddish, shout and yell at me about Cam Reddish way before the podcast. We used to be going at it way before the podcast. So fast forward to now that Cam Reddish didn't work out.
No, he's not a Hawk. I don't trip for you no more.
Finish. And now that we have Zachary Richardson, now he's using Zachary Richardson to clown Cam Reddish. Zachary Richardson, he gonna be what Cam couldn't be. Cam wasn't doing this, but Zach is. Zach gonna be way better than Cam. And I'm like, hold on. Now you gonna crap on Cam Reddish for the Frenchman? And I take issue with that. And so I turned against Zachary Richardson only because of you. Right, so now I sit back and I pay attention to everything, and I want to point it out. He better be better than Cam Reddish, because if he's not, you disrespected Cam Reddish for the Frenchman. And I don't like it.
That's easy.
I don't like it.
Look, I like Cam Reddish, but Zach's a better player. All right, we can go ahead and wrap it up.
Okay. He hasn't done anything to prove that.
Yes, he has.
No, Cam had a better rookie year.
Nope.
He definitely did. He definitely did, in my opinion.
All right.
Cam hit some threes in the playoffs doing Zach.
He did. He came back.
How many playoff threes did Zach have?
He missed them all.
Well, he didn't miss any because they didn't make the playoffs. See, you ain't even paying attention.
The play-in.
That's not the playoffs.
Okay, my bad. He missed them all in the play-in.
Hey, but look, Terrence, look. Can we have you come back, my brother? Because we really would love to see and chop it up with
have him and his brother come back
a lot longer.
Anytime.
Well, you like me. If your brother decides, if your brother is cool with coming with you, that's cool. If he wants to come by himself and just have him his time where he can tell his own.
You know what? Let's have him come by himself and then let's have them together.
You know what I'm saying? So please,
I
please
definitely
come back.
Can talk to my brother. I would love for him to come on your all's platform to share his story. I mean, I tell you, before I came on, I've been watching the show. Been watching it. I mean, I watched a lot of so. I'm telling you, I was like, man, if I ever get on that show.
Hey, well, look. So I'm gonna say this. I'm glad that we got in touch with Terrence and that you came on the show. To anybody else out there, if you see something we say and you say, if I can go on that show, hey, just shoot us a DM. Come on the show because we're not always right, but as long as you remember, we're not always wrong either. You know what I'm saying? So let's have these conversations because at the end of the day, it's good sports talk. Right. It's good fun. It's good entertainment. And let's talk about it, man.
Yeah, shouts out to K-Hoop for making this happen. Thank you.
I can say this before we go. I really appreciate it, man. I've watched you all, and y'all doing an excellent job of just getting the diversity up here of all athletes come up on your platform, man, and I just think it's going to continue to blow up, man. Y'all doing a great job, and I'm just honored that I was able to come and talk to y'all. And whenever you need me back, I would love for my brother to come solo so he can share his story. But I definitely would love him and I to come back and have the Edwards brothers up here again.
Hey, let's do it. And B. Rich said it, and then I'll go ahead and close. You know, as far as any of your athletes that's coming up, anybody, you know, that you're coaching, anybody you might be training, if anybody wants a platform, like normally we've done seniors so far before, you know, so if anybody's coming up, they're getting ready to come out, they want to talk about themselves, get a little extra pub, please put us in touch with them. The door is always open. We interview high school athletes as well as college athletes. We're open to that as well. So, yeah, let us know.
Gotcha. Thank y'all for having me.
It's all good. So, look, on that note, Atlanta, like we always say, we represent Atlanta because Atlanta represents us. On behalf of myself, Trey, my partner, B. Rich, we got the great Terrence Edwards in the building. I'm talking about the UGA receiving leader across the board. Then we got Aaron, Pittman. I don't know why he showed his face. The Waterboyz Show, we are out.
Kill the camera. Pow.